My name is Sabrina Ramirez, and today I will be defending the Republicans on why we should abolish the Department of Education. To get started, on February 17, 2009, Obama signed the Recovery Act. This act did touch base on our nation's education system. The act totaled $98.2 billion in order to meet Obama's mission. What did Obama's mission want to accomplish? He wanted to make improvements in teacher effectiveness, create progress towards standards and assessments that would improve teaching as well as learning. And he wanted to improve low-performing schools by using interventions. The Obama administration built on the Testing Action Plan to reduce the number of standardized tests that students within our country have to take throughout the school year. The actions taken upon to proceed this plan is to spend less time on these standardized tests that are administered and provide support to schools and state districts to make better use of the time rather than spending it on these standardized tests. The Trump administration aims at all Americans, no matter what type of backgrounds they come from, to have access to a K-12 education as well as a higher education. They strive for each individual to aim at a career in our prosperous economy, which our nation has. The U.S. Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, states that student test scores have taken a toll for the worse. This is why she encourages a tax credit proposal called the Education Freedom Scholarships. The scholarships would be funded by donors who would receive a federal tax credit, which would aim away from using the government funds. With these scholarships, students would be able to use the money to choose where they would like to receive an education, whether it be a public, private, charter, or even schools not located within their local districts. They would be able to choose. This would help students improve their scores in their core subjects by choosing where they would like to receive an education. Although standardized testing is a part of the Department of Education, it is not the main point in what they focus on. The Department of Education is also focused on federal financial aid for education as well as administrators of these funds. They collect data and research on the schools of our nation. They identify primary issues within our education system and bring light to it. And they prohibit discrimination in programs and activities which receive federal funding, as well as many other aspects to maintain a well-established education system. While both President Obama and Trump had different approaches towards the Department of Education, Trump believes in a more individual control. What this means is that the Department of Education should be ran by each individual state to control aspects such as budgeting, these standardized tests, etc. Each state would have more control over what goes on within the state schools without the government getting involved as much as they do now and did beforehand. Thank you for listening to my presentation.